What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Game Point Entertainment YouTube channel where we cover everything from NBA basketball to WNBA basketball and all basketball in between, guys. So if that sounds like content you're interested in, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, guys. And I'm going to go ahead and get right into it. You know, these two guys are a couple of my favorite players in the NBA right now. Lamelo Ball, Lonzo Ball, both products of the big baller brand coming into the NBA, and now they're off and doing their own thing. Lonzo with the Chicago Bulls and LaMelo with the Charlotte Hornets. And they've had two very different career paths to kind of get where they're at in the NBA. Lonzo had a lot of hype, drafted #1 by the Lakers, didn't work out, traded to the Pelicans. The Pelicans ended up sending him off to the Chicago Bulls, and now Lonzo Ball has got the bag from the Chicago Bulls, and he looks great. Better probably than he ever has in his career. And we got LaMelo Ball, who went through the high school circuit and went overseas at the time. He was still a high school student and balled out, and came back and played in high school, then went overseas again, and then came back to the NBA to play. And drafted by the Charlotte Hornets, won Rookie of the Year, and now in his second year is building on the success that he had from his rookie year, with the Charlotte Hornets taking a big leap as a team, one of the better teams in the Eastern Conference. So a lot of people off the bat like to look at, which Ball brother is better. It's been the talk for a couple days, and it really dawned on me. A lot of people really write Lonzo off in this conversation, but is it right to do so? Is it more so, one Ball brother may fit better with the team than the other, and maybe there's not specifically a better one? Because there were the stats that Lonzo has posted this season really got me thinking. And it was this in particular I found online, and it came from the Chicago Bulls PR. Lonzo Ball is the only player in the NBA this season so far to have 100 or more rebounds, 100 or more assists, 35 or more steals, and 15 or more blocks. And it's like, just let that sink in for a second. Lonzo's averages right now, he's literally averaging about 12, 5, and 5, basically. And those numbers do not jump off to you at pure first sight. And then we look at LaMelo Ball, who's basically averaging like 27 and 8 right now. And so off the bat, a lot of people are like, well, yeah, I'd definitely rather have LaMelo Ball. I'd definitely rather have LaMelo Ball. But I'm going to say slow down. I'm going to say slow down on that, because there's some things that analytics are going to tell you, the numbers are going to tell you, and there's some things that the eye test is going to tell you. First off, let's take a look at their situations. LaMelo is the designated point guard, just as Lonzo is the designated point guard in Chicago. LaMelo is the primary creator on the Hornets by far. Yes, Gordon Hayward handles the ball. Yes, Scary Terry handles the ball. Yes, Miles Bridges handles the ball some too. But LaMelo Ball is the designated playmaker for sure. He does not have to really share that point guard title with any of those other guys. They don't really switch over and become just primary ball handlers like LaMelo does. In Chicago, Lonzo has two other players, and Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan, who can handle the ball as primary playmakers. Both very dynamic players, both of them averaging over 25 points per game. DeMar DeRozan is looking like an MVP right now. Zach LaVine is still one of the best volume scorers, and both of them have pretty supreme guard skills, pretty, supreme wing player skills in the NBA. So Lonzo is passing and moving the ball a lot more. He's always been the guy that's made the hockey assist as well as, just the straight up normal assist. But Lonzo is in a place where he's really playing to his strengths, where he can play that kind of basketball where he can make the extra pass, or now even spot up for the three, which he's knocking down that 42%. He's a top 10 guy in three-pointers made, top 10 guy in three-point percentage in the NBA. And those are not numbers that LaMelo Ball can specifically sport. Even though he does take a lot of threes, he's not making them at the same clip as Lonzo. So I'm looking at this and it's like, hey, I feel like this thing could go either way. And then the microcosm of this argument, when the Bulls and the Hornets played just a couple days ago, I think LaMelo was literally like 18 and 13, 18 points, 13 assists, and you had Lonzo, who was 16 and 8, 16 points, 8 assists. But Lamelo shot about 5 for 15 from the field, and Lonzo shot, I forget the exact numbers, but it was pretty close to 50% from the field. And I was like, huh, this really is about a microcosm of, where they're at right now. Lonzo is definitely a little bit more of a polished all-around player, but if we're just talking about just potent, blatant talent, then yeah, I do think that Lamelo's ceiling as is definitely higher than him. But I think I'm gonna go out on the limb and say I think a lot of these pundits are wrong to just simply put Lamelo above Lonzo by head and shoulders as is right now, because Lonzo brings so much more to a team than his scoring, and he's no longer, the scoring liability he used to be. Now his points per game average is down a couple from where he was with the Pelicans. Like he's averaging 12 a night right now, but with the Pelicans, I think he was putting up 14.8, 15 a night. But that's only due to the fact that he's playing with Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan. His efficiency numbers are up there. His efficiency numbers are up there. So to say if he was playing in a different situation and he was playing with this sort of efficiency, we really might be looking at Alonzo that's putting up, 16, 8, and 8 if he was not playing with these players. And it would be an efficient 16, 8, and 8. I mean, his field goal percentage is around 42%. 3-point percentage is around his 3-point percentage is around 42, 43%. I think his field goal percentage may be a pinch lower than that. But he shoots open threes, though. He doesn't really shoot too many contested threes, but he makes them. And then you got LaMelo Ball. LaMelo's going to pull whenever he feels like it. He's going to make some boneheaded plays here or there where he just got benched, a week ago because he tried some reverse dunk. I think they were down in the game and he ended up getting benched for a while. And, I do see a little bit of out of controlness, a lack of control sometimes with LaMelo, where sometimes he's going for the highlight play, whereas Lonzo's just going to try to make the right play. And so, in that sense, there are some cases where Lonzo Ball may just simply be a better fit with certain teams than LaMelo is. If we were to switch if we were to switch players on teams, which team do I think would benefit more? Honestly, I think the Bulls honestly would be roughly about the same just because they have enough dynamic offense and they have Caruso to still kind of hold them up defensively. Caruso is still active enough on the perimeter to where he brings some balance to that. I think the Pelicans may slightly fall off a bit because they would need maybe a little bit more offense than what Lonzo brings, because that team does really, they really rely on LaMelo's aggressiveness and scoring ability. So I think the Hornets may get a bit worse, but I think the Bulls will be about the same, which kind of tells me, I don't think there's that great a difference in, who's just flat out better right now. I think it's more so about fit. And Lonzo's playing in a system right now that really benefits him. And LaMelo's playing in a place where, he can he's not fully able to take the leash off yet, because I still see him deferring to Gordon Hayward, Terry Rozier, and Miles Bridges at times. And maybe it's just, hey, I'm the point guard, so I'm going to defer a little bit here and there. But, he has enough talent to where he can be that guy. He's only 20. He's still getting better. But again, I don't think the difference is as great as what everybody says, though. Again, I said those numbers at the beginning of the video where it's like not too many players are having that same all-around effect that Lonzo has. So let's take note of that and appreciate what Lonzo Ball is actually bringing to the floor and his actual development as an NBA player. So again, I'm not going to drag this video on, LeVar Ball. I told you so. I told you so. I told you so. I saw the hat. He's got two, young men in the NBA doing their thing and doing it at an elite level, and potentially a third, LiAngelo Ball, who I think definitely deserves a shot because he was hooping down in the G League. He's putting up numbers, and I've seen the evolution of his game from, when he was younger to now. And, I think that guy deserves a shot too. So who knows? We could be doing the video about three ball brothers, you know, in the future. But that's my video, guys. Comment below, who do you think is the better ball brother? Is it more so about fit, or is there one that's just head and shoulders above the other? I might give a slight pinch of an edge to Lamelo just because he just plays kind of ferocious sometimes. I know I was kind of on the fence, but if I just had to make a pick, I just had to make a pick. I'd probably say Lamelo by a little bit. I'm not going off, you know, what a lot of the pundits say, where it's like just this huge gap. I don't think so, because Lonzo affects the game in so many ways, guys. But that's my video, and I'm going to go ahead and cut it there, guys. I appreciate you tuning in. Peace.